Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick look at the 4K UPTAB. Now, this is a active converter that I purchased because I'm trying to use VR, that is the Oculus Rift, with the touch controllers with my new build. However, my monitor is now a 55-inch OLED 4K TV, and that puts me in a position where I only have HDMI 2.0 ports, which means that my GTX 1080 Ti only has one HDMI 2.0 port that it supports. I've got a bunch of display ports, so obviously I need a secondary HDMI port, and this was, at least in my opinion, the easiest way to accommodate one on my build. So at roughly a little under $30 US, I'll include a link in the description. If you're like me, using a large television, something bigger than a traditional monitor, to really get the most immersive experience possible with your 4K gaming capable GPU like the 1080 Ti, which I do recommend unless it's going to create eye problems. This is a good way to go, because essentially all you're looking at is literally giving yourself another HDMI port, which in at least current state of things for VR is absolutely necessary. Now, you can see at the back here, it does tell you what it actually supports in terms of output, and it does legitimately support 4K. Now, you don't need 4K for VR, so that's to my benefit, but the fact that this does actually support 4K at 60 hertz is a good thing, because there are a lot of products like this on the market, I'll tell you right now, that purport to be 4K capable, but what they don't tell you is that they are 4K at 30 hertz, and that is trash. So that is the reason I'm sharing this with all of you. I had to do my research, and I figured, why not let all of you out there benefit if you're in a similar situation? And again, this is really just as simple as that. I don't have another HDMI port. So even if you aren't in the position that you're looking, to utilize something like this for VR purposes, just if you actually want to connect your monitor to, or excuse me, your television to your, high-end new GPU like the 1080 Ti or the Titan X Pascal or any 1080 series card, then you only have one HDMI 2.0 out. So this is a really easy way of getting this. And yes, most monitors out there you're not going to have a problem with, but when it comes to dealing with TVs, whether we're talking about LED, LCDs that are IPS, that are televisions, or as I mentioned, like my new LG 4K OLED, they do not have DisplayPort ports. So this is really the least expensive way and least intrusive way to accomplish that in one foul swoop. So I'll be testing it out. Again, the key here, the fact that it does have 4K at 60 hertz output, so that you're not left with something that will work for VR purposes, but something that will work for everything in a standard resolution at 60 hertz. And that's what's critical, because there are a lot of active adapters out there that won't yield 60 hertz, and those are just literally a waste of money, even though they'll work for VR. Don't get me wrong, because there is no VR currently that's 4K in resolution. It's all 2K, but you still do not want to mess with that if you don't want to end up buying another adapter. So there you have it. Again, the UPTAB active DisplayPort to HDMI adapter. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.